I am Rafa Benitez. You are watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, I'm Chris Pajak and welcome to the Redmen TV. Comment below in the aftermath of a 2-1 victory over Swansea that was a little bit too much of a nail-biter for me and also for a few of you as well. You know the score by now. I'm going to get straight into the comments. So first of all, we've got Super Bro. We gave Fabio a chance and he has delivered. Where is Jordan Rossiter? I think he deserves 1 or 2 chances this season. He played well in the first match, didn't he? Yeah, I think he did, to be honest. I think there was definitely a shout that he would keep his place in the League Cup, because against Middlesbrough I thought he did really well. He obviously got a goal as well. I was a little bit surprised, but not too surprised not to see Jordan Rossiter, because ultimately I think this is a competition that Brendan Rodgers wants to win, and Swansea are a good side who play good football, and I totally understand with him resting Henderson at the weekend, Henderson to come back in, especially when Steven Gerrard's not playing, you know what I mean? You want your vice captain on the field. Either way though, Super Bro, a good comment nonetheless. Greg's 2001, honestly, mate, if Borini's work ethic and overall play tonight doesn't get him a spot in the squad, maybe a slight shout for a start, then that's robbery. There are players that have done fuck all that are always in our lineup. Give the lad a chance. He turned down a move away from the club because he wants to be here. Let him prove his worth. Fabio Borini, for me, Greg's, was definitely a highlight from last night, you know. And I think more to the fact that, you know, when he had that shot in the first half, he really sort of was like, come on, to the crowd and stuff like that. And again, second half, Cop end, he won a corner and he's there and he's screaming for the Cop to get louder. And that's great. That's the type of player that you want to see at the club. Like, I have not been Fabio's biggest fan, but last night, he really made me think about whether I've been wrong to doubt him. Do you know what I mean? Because he really did put in a freaking great game. He worked his absolute socks off for the team. It was an absolute peach of a ball for Mario Balotelli to finish. It was literally harder to miss. But Balotelli, you know, he did well on that as well. But what a ball by Fabio Borini. It's not like he got to the touchline area. That was a deep cross and an absolutely brilliant cross as well. And that's what Balotelli needed, isn't it? He needed someone to whip the ball in. And Fabio Borini's done it. Definitely a shout for a start at the weekend against Newcastle. Christo Daly, fucking delighted for Big Mario. He needed that to shut up the critics, the fucking Manx scum. Sometimes he used as a bit of a scapegoat, and I think he's world-class talent. Having Sturridge back will make him an even better player. Hashtag Mario Fantastico. Hashtag You'll Never Walk Alone. Hashtag Keep the Faith. Christo, that's a really great comment, mate, to be honest. I think everybody got on his back a little bit too much, me included, of course. Probably got a little bit too excited when he arrived as well, in fairness. There's a lot of pressure on Mario Balotelli, and that goal will do him the world of good. The fact of the matter is, he tweeted the word "finally" after the game, so it clearly does matter to him. You know, and by all accounts, everything's coming out of the club at the moment is that he's working his socks off in training. When he came on last night, he was a difference maker, wasn't he? Because at the end of the day, no matter what else he did, he got the goal that got us back into the game, and we went on and won the game. So Mario Balotelli, thank you very much for that, mate. QD Hazen, our team as a whole is suffering from a major case of blue balls when it comes to scoring goals. Simply put, we need to be able to finish. Hashtag You'll Never Walk Alone. That's right though, isn't it? I mean, we had so much possession last night without really doing anything. I've not seen the possession stats, I've not seen the highlights back. I only got a feel for it from actually being at the match. But to me, we dominated the game, and I said last night on my match reaction that I didn't think we were going to lose that game. It was such a big surprise when they scored. I actually thought it was going to go 0-0 and go basically to extra time and potentially penalties. But Mario Balotelli and Lovren saw that. Yes, thankfully, do you know what I mean? Graffer, You'll Never Walk Alone. Borini, not good enough for Liverpool. No point beating around the bush. He's shit. After last night, I can't believe you've said that, to be honest with you. I have well publicised, not been his biggest fan, but he put a graft in last night and ultimately set up the goal that made us go on and win that game. And I think Fabio Borini last night, I think that's really, really harsh, to be honest with you, Graffa. I think he was brilliant last night, and whether he can do that remains to be seen for the rest of the season. But you know what? He's grabbed his chance with both hands, and we're supporters, so we should get behind the player right now. Edward Cope, massive chance given to Borini tonight after months and months of him saying about wanting to prove himself in a Liverpool shirt, and he proved well with a shit-off performance and assist with that excellent cross. Has to be put up front with Balotelli next game. There is a shout for him to go up front with Balotelli Balotelli, I think he played really well off the right, to be honest. I'd be quite happy to see him there again, but you know, he makes intelligent runs. He swapped positions with Balotelli a few times during the game. There's definitely signs there that you know, if he's given a run of games and he plays like that every game, then he should be in the team, shouldn't he? Stephen Phillips, wow, Johnson as a left back could find a new lease of life there when Flano returns. Maybe again another player last night that you know we saw last season and the much maligned John Glenson. Scenario, but he played really well last night, and I think it was testament because they took Dyer off because he was having no joy out of Glenn Johnson. Now, he didn't offer us as much going forward as Manquillo. I think if you were to look at the average positions of the two players, Manquillo was as high up as Lazar Markovic, and I think that was tactical. There was times last night, I'm not saying we played three at the back, but there were times last night where there were just Johnson, Lovren and Skirtle back, and Manquillo was well up the pitch, and that's obviously a tactic that Brendan Rodgers has tried to employ, and whether that's because he just felt a little bit more stable like that, or he thought there was a bit more of an attacking presence, I don't know. I'd hazard a guess that it was a bit more of an attacking presence, because he got on the ball well. Manquillo, he had another good game. Keys on Tequila. Markovic is so awful. I can't believe we paid 20 million. Borini gave my trust. Should start with Balotelli against Newcastle. Johnson was good as well. Markovic should have scored at the end of the day, shouldn't he? Look, and this is another man who's just lacking confidence at the moment. Now, personally, I would go out on a limb and say at the moment he's well not good enough for Liverpool, but we've bought him for potential. I just think it's strange that having paid £20 million for him, we're expecting loads right now, and I don't think that's the signing that Liverpool made. I think Markovic is, you know, back end of this season, if we can get him the right place in the side, because I don't think we're doing that. I don't think we're playing to his strengths, although, you know, I'm yet to see what his strengths are. But, you know, we'll back the player. I will anyway. I think he will come good. I think Rodgers really likes him. Colin Pascoe's talked about him in the Echo yesterday as well, that he's a great player and he plays well during training. He just needs to transfer that onto the pitch. Aaron Canatherson, Coutinho, best player on the pitch. Defence had a decent game. Colo and Dejan ordering the defence. Lucas done the dirty work. Markovic didn't really do much, should have scored. Great to see the fight that we had to come back into the game. Hopefully that goal will kickstart Mario Balotelli season. He'll never walk alone again. It was, for me, it was between Coutinho and Borini. Coutinho was involved in absolutely everything that we did going forward, and he tried so many passes. He was getting a little bit frustrated with Ricky Lambert last night. But sometimes, you know, I've been one of Coutinho's biggest fans, but if Lambert's not making those runs, stop making those passes, do you know what I mean? Keep the ball. That being said, Coutinho played brilliantly. I just want to see a little bit more end product at the moment. I think that'll come again when there's someone up there with the likes of Sturridge's pace and Sterling's on the pitch. It'll click a little bit better, and that's what we're waiting for. But that being said, Coutinho was fantastic last night. Elisa Madgabona, no bruv. Borini was good, but Coutinho was different class. Coutinho bossed the first half with the skills, dribbling, pace and passes. Everything good we did came through Coutinho. Problem was our static cycle. Lambert wasn't on the same wavelength, and Coutinho's through balls. Again, you know, we've just been through this point, Elisa. I agree with you that Coutinho was different class last night, but sometimes, you know, if those passes aren't working, then try and find a different way, do you know what I mean? Because he did give the ball away a lot as well. Have done for. Balotelli scored. What a time to be alive. I'm happy with that. Katsu, get the fuck in. Mario and Borini. Get them together Saturday. Finally a player that can cross. Take note, Lallana and Sterling. It's true, isn't it? Mario Balotelli looked to... That's what he's looking for from wide play, isn't it? He's not into these little intricate passes to feet and stuff. He wants the ball to be whipped in and he wants to get on the end of it. And Fabio Borini seemed to understand that last night, and what a ball it was. And the comment of the week for me, retro, unlim, the Balotelli pendulum has swung again. It has, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? All we want to see from Mario Balotelli as Liverpool fans is work rate. We don't want to see none of this jag, swapping shirts at half-time when we're 3-0 down stuff, whether you've asked or not. That's not what we want to see. We want to see our players come out on the second half and sit on the bench and join the lads, unless there's a real reason that he's not, like he's injured and he's having an ice bath or something like that. But nothing came out of that Madrid game, and that's what pissed me off at the time. But look, if Balotelli's going to turn up on the pitch and work his socks off, as he think he has done for most games this season, occasion, then we're going to get behind him. And you're right, though, the Mario Balotelli pendulum has swung again, and this time it's in the green. Well done, Mario Balotelli. Thank you for making a really, really special night at Anfield last night. And special mention to Lovren as well, because he got at the back post, he got the header in. What the hell was the keeper doing? We'll never know. But anyway, we got the win. We're through to the next round, and that's what matters. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be back later in the week with a news update. Ta-ra. Balotelli comes on, gets a goal at the Kop end. The Kop go absolutely frigging crazy for him, and then Lovren in the last minute heads the winner, and the Swansea fans just shut the hell up.